Alright, I got everything all painted up. Looks nice. I don't know if new is right, but it certainly looks better than it did, and it's now protected. So we're going to go and I'm going to line up the new spring next to the old spring, pull the bolt, and I'm going to start to assemble the new modified B-pack. So I'll do that in a minute. Alright, you can see that I've prepped now to do my B-mod. Clamped my new spring. I've lined one up against the other. You can see the painted leaves that I took out of the old spring pack. You can see all the plates there. The one with the ears does go on the bottom. There is an orientation on the two leaves that we took off. Longer goes towards the rear. I'm going to do that, put them in the same orientation when I put it on the new one. So next I'm going to take the bolt out, loosen up the spring pack, put in the spacers, put on the two extra leaves, put the one with the ears in the bottom, and put the overload back on, and then my B-mod, once I tighten the new bolt up, which is in the box, will be done. Alright, B-mod is done. And you can see we have the leaf for the spacers, and you can see the bolt that I got from ATS Spring. It was much longer than the original. I don't know whether I'm supposed to cut that off or not. I might have to call them. But anyway, you can see I got everything back on with the overload. Plates are in, the other two springs are in. I'm really glad I did paint those. It makes it so they don't stick out so bad. One thing I did notice as I was putting this together, just how tired my old springs were. I don't think this will be an issue with it fitting, but if you really line them up, get them really lined up. I noticed two things right off the bat, and they are lined up in the back. That the old springs were sagging, these are unsprung now at that. That the old springs were tired. They were tired by almost a bolt length. And you can see that. I know I've removed two leaves here, but even before I had done that, you line these two up against each other, you could see how much more spring rate there was in the new springs. And I don't know whether that's just a difference between Excursion and F250, and maybe some of that, but definitely you can see that this is going to raise the back of this vehicle up quite a bit to match up against what we're going to do in the front, which is why everybody says to do the B modifieds in the rear, or get, I guess it's F code springs you can get, where you don't have to do that. I think the F code springs might be really stiff. I'm not sure. Anyway, clamps are off, bolts tight, and I'm going to do some scraping and painting before I put that back in, while I have access to everything, and that one goes in, then the next one comes out. Hopefully without all the fuss we had with this one.